Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Week 1 Assessment Seminar. This is a very short seminar designed to give you an overview of the 3 assessments, how it works with the client brief and project, how it works with Practeria, and to just guide you through some of those things that you need to be aware of in relation to the assessment. So let's just recap from the Orientation Week seminar regarding the assessments. We have 3 main assessments. The assessment 1 is your individual development plan. Assessment 2 is a reflection on the course concepts and how are you going to apply those to your individual career. Assessment 3 is a group project, and we're well across that this week with details being emailed back and forth. I also want to just provide you with an overview of the critical dates, remind you about access to the Practeria Platform, and perhaps if there are any helpful hints, I might provide those as we go along. This slide gives you a fairly clear summary of the different due dates for the assessments and kind of breaks them down so it's a little bit clearer as to what they are and how they support your learning throughout this course. So you'll notice that we have 2 assessments due in week 2, one due on Monday and one due on Wednesday. The one that's due on Wednesday is your Industry Experience Development Plan, and that is a chance to really think about what do I want to learn from the industry project. Do you have personal goals? Are there skills you'd like to learn? Experience you'd like to gain? Is it an attitude that you're looking to reflect on or an attribute? It's really your opportunity to think about, what are you getting from this project? And this is going to help you when you're thinking about interviews or resumes or talking about the experience. It's really, this is what I've learned and this is my aim for the experience. You'll also notice that on Monday, we've got another part of the work-based project, Part A due, and that is a chance to just read your client brief, summarise the sort of, kind of the crux of it, what are they looking at. It's just to start to get a feel for the project. So posting a few hundred words on the forum about that by Monday will be great. And then you'll notice that by Monday of week 3 is the industry project Part B, and that's an opportunity for your team members to comment on your synthesis of the actual project. Any comments, thoughts, feedback. And then on Friday of next week, you'll meet with your client and you'll kick off the project, essentially. So you'll have had a good chance to reflect about what the project is, start to think about it, refine that with the client on Friday in terms of ask any questions about their organisations or the project, and then you can kick off on the project. So weeks 3, 4 and 5 are going to be fairly intense in terms of, drafting your client report, coming up with meeting agendas for your team, and working through those stages of the draft report. And you're all experienced Hexa semester students, so I think you'll find that should be no problem and being organised as you have in previous courses. So lots of gates and lots of dates and times, but again, just a matter of being a little bit organised across that. Then at the end, you'll notice we've got our Industry Experience Growth Portfolio Part A and Part B. And Part A is really a chance to reflect on just what have you learned, the concepts, how do you apply them, anything that has stood out for you, anything interesting. And then you'll complete your growth portfolio Part B for week 7, and that's really a synthesis and a bit of a summary of what you've learned and a kind of a bit of a reflection journal. And as you've seen with our Career Navigator course and for our FinTech students that weren't in that course, our reflective portfolios don't have to be written word. They can be videos, podcasts, collections of pictures, anything that makes sense to you and talks to you about your experience that you've had throughout this particular course. And then your final report is due in week 7, and that's Part C, and that'll be Monday 5 p.m. on the 15th of August. You will need to have some draft reports in between there in weeks 3 to 6, and that will be explained to you in the Practeria platform. So hopefully you'll be able to work with your groups to carve out jobs and to work out who will do what and when. And I know we've got lots of people who are working full time, who are in different locations, who've got lots of different challenges. And I think that that's why at the moment this project replicates the real world so well, because there are so many challenges, location challenges, etc. And that's just kind of the COVID working from home world at the moment. So take that in your stride, and I'm sure that you'll all be able to be organised really well. So let's just break it down and just go into a little bit more detail here. That industry experience development plan is a sense about is your goals. What is it that you want to achieve? And, that's going to feed into your reflective journal. And thank you to the few people who've already returned and submitted those assessments. I can see some deep reflection and learning already about what you actually want to get out of this course. The industry experience portfolio, as I have explained to you, is that reflective portfolio. And again, it's about reflections, photos, video, whatever you think, whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong way with reflection. And it's really about how do you do it and how do you capture your learning throughout the course. And then finally, you'll see this is our work-based project, summarising your understanding of the problem, posting the summary, and then working with your team through that to get to week 7. So again, just reminding you of those critical dates. One person needs to attend that client team briefing, and of course more people can. Your whole team is welcome to come along, and it would be delightful if you can, but completely understand that it's not entirely possible for all of you. So come along to the client briefing on Friday the 15th of July. I will be sending out a Zoom link fairly shortly about that with all of the details. Your project teamwork then commences on the 18th of July and finishes on the 15th of August. Now that sounds like you've got lots of time, but you probably haven't, and I'm sure that you have already seen getting organised is going to be the key to succeeding in this course. A reminder about the Practeria Platform. You're doing weeks 1 to 2 in Moodle and weeks 3 to 6 in the Practeria Platform, which is a system that is designed to guide you through a work-based project, give you lots of support, lots of feedback, and lots of content there as well. So you'll use that for weeks 3 to 6, and an email will be sent next week with your access details on that. You'll notice with this course there's lots of little fiddly bits and pieces, but hopefully we are communicating in a clear way with you so that is easy to follow along. Feedback, always welcome. Thanks to those that have signed the non-disclosure agreement and sent that back already. If you haven't done that, you really do need to do that for me next week, and that's going to give you access to the platform. And then just a reminder then when we do give you access to the platform, just make sure you complete all of the content areas, because that will sometimes stop you progressing to the next area there. So in terms of getting ready for next week, you need to think about summarising your client challenge, and then you need to think about commenting on that client challenge when other team members have posted. Attend the team briefing, and then you can essentially kick off on the project. I'd like to wish you all the very best of luck with it, and I really hope that you enjoy it. I've already had some comments about what interesting scopes and what interesting outcomes. This is a real chance to apply all of the learning that you've gained from your professional career, from your experience, from the course, from all of your other previous subjects in the Master of Management, and bring it all together into being able to deliver a set of strategic recommendations and insights for a client. So, with our Career Navigator hat on as well, we want to think about how are we going to summarise this particular project within our resume if it's something that will support our career goals as well. So just have that in the back of your mind. Capturing your successes and capturing it in the resume is also a really nice thing to do as part of this project. As always, it's a pleasure to have you in the class, and if I can answer any questions, please post them on the forum, as it's nice to share our learnings and information. Send me an email if it's something that you can't post on the forums, and I look forward to following along the journey over the next few weeks. Have a lovely weekend, everybody, and all the best with week 2.